Shabbat Shalom, welcome back to Take Time for Torah, 5 Minutes with Rabbi Gaber. I'm so glad to welcome you back this week. This week's Torah portion is Parshat Vaera. And in Parshat Vaera, we have the recording of the beginning of the 10 plagues. The plagues which will be rained down on Egypt, and Pharaoh's heart will either be hardened, or God will harden Pharaoh's heart, preventing the Israelites from going free, preventing them from escaping bondage and going into freedom. And as I was thinking about this Torah portion and reading through it, I came across one verse, chapter 6, verse 9. Mikotzer ruach me'avadah Hashem, me'avadah kasha. Their spirits were crushed from the difficult work. And I was thinking about this work and this verse in light of a conversation I had this week with a friend of mine, a member of the congregation, someone I have a great deal of respect for all that he has accomplished and all that he brings to the plate in terms of himself, his neshama, and his world, and our congregation. And he said to me, as we were discussing the state of the congregation, he said to me, Rabbi, one of your problems, one of your weak points that I want to mention to you as a friend are your sermons. They're not inspiring me enough. They're not inspirational. I've heard that from others, he said. And I thanked him for his candid comment, and I let it go, and we went on. But as I thought about the comment later in the day, and I became, the first emotion I had was to be defensive, to be argumentative, to be upset. I also came back to this verse, Mikotzer ruach me'avadah kasha, that their spirits were crushed or stunted from the difficult work. And I was thinking about Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, our teacher, who is known to have been slow of speech, whether he stuttered, whether he was in some way challenged, we don't know. But that he found every excuse he could to get out of being the leader of Bnei Yisrael, but God wouldn't let him. God wouldn't let him step away from his responsibilities, even though he was slow of speech. He found alternatives. He went forward. He used his brother Aaron. And yet, as I think about it, maybe being slow of speech means he wasn't the smartest. He couldn't think as quickly on his feet. Perhaps he didn't read or see the world in a higher level than others. Perhaps he wasn't quite as smart as others. But yet, he was given the mantle of leadership. And he didn't shy away. He stepped up. He stepped up to give Bnei Yisrael hope. Now, I am not Moshe Rabbeinu by any stretch of the imagination. Thank God I don't have 1 million people to try to lead through 40 years in the wilderness. But I was thinking about his leadership, and he was not always understood by the Israelites either. Often they complained against him. Often they protested. And often they just didn't step up to the plate, or they took the path of least resistance. And I'm thinking about that in light of our society today. In our society today, we are reachable 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have telephones, pagers, we have smartphones, we have dumb phones, we have all kinds of phones, we have computers. We are instantaneously connected to the rest of the world. We are bombarded by information in our world, and it's hard to make sense of. And it's almost impossible for us to realize that the nuggets or the kernels of that which is important are hidden by all of the stuff around us, by all of the information by which we are bombarded. And I was thinking about the verse, Mikotzer ruach me'avadah kasha. How difficult is the work for us just to get through our daily emails, or to return the millions of emails or texts or Facebook or Twitter statements that are made. And I think about the fact that many people are now looking for that which is bigger, better, more dynamic, more charismatic, more incredible. And they're missing the simple parts of life. They're missing the blessings of being with one another. The blessings of having a few minutes without a cell phone as you can read the Torah portion or pray to God. I'm not inspiring enough. I get it. I understand. But perhaps our spirits have been crushed too. That unless it's bigger, better, and more fantastic, we don't see it. So I'd like to invite you this Shabbat to find that which is simple, that which gives you blessings, that which gives you joy. This week, I taught the Mishnah, who is rich? And the answer is one who rejoices in his portion. We should rejoice in that which we have. We should find inspiration from the small things in our lives. And as we do, our lives will become better, more fulfilling, and more satisfying. Because who is truly rich? One who recognizes his blessings. Shabbat Shalom.